Chiropractors, if you'd like to get new patients from your website on autopilot each and every month, this training is going to be perfect for you, okay? So we're going to go through the 7 tips to optimize your website to get more new patients. Now, we're not talking about SEO. We are talking about some just easy things that you can optimize on your website, do it once, and it's done. Now, quickly, who am I? My name is Dr. Vince Leone, founder of Specialized Practice. We help doctors add and grow what we call high-ticket niches, which are high-value cash protocols for disc, knee, and neuropathy. And we have a comprehensive solution. It covers systems, it covers clinical expertise, and it covers marketing, right? And so obviously today we're talking, this is marketing, right? This is, getting new patients into the clinic. Every doctor they want to increase their revenue. Marketing drives revenue, period. End of story. If you're not happy with where you're at in terms of your revenue level, then you need to do more marketing. And so this is a very easy way to do it because people are constantly searching for solutions to their problem, right? So let's go ahead and dive in. We got top 7 tips to get more new patients from your website. The very first one is custom pictures of you and your staff on the homepage, right? So back in the old days when we used to have newspapers, right? Still do, obviously, I'm just joking. But the point being is they call this above the fold, right? So the newspaper is folded in half. On the top, the above the fold is prime real estate. And so it's the same thing with the website. This is prime real estate. And by the way, I have several different websites here to give you examples of good and bad. So why do we want this? If we have custom pictures of the doctor and the team members and the office, then we can immediately start to build rapport and start to get a little bit of that trust going. So this is a good example, right? We have a team member doing some type of work with the patient. This is kind of interesting because patients are like, well, what is that? That's kind of interesting. There's a curiosity factor. So anyways, so that's a good example. This is another good example here, Dr. James. So nice smiling faces, nice looking doctor, happy looking team members. That's great. Another example, good example. This is Dr. Woolner's office website. And now it's a little busy, but overall, I think the site's really good. But the point being is, it's a custom picture of the clinic. And it's like, oh, nice looking clinic. I'd like to see some pictures of the team members on there, but not a big deal. You can't. It's not always perfect, but again, it's a very easy thing, right? Now, here's an example of not a great not a great website, not great real estate here. So, got a picture of a baby, we got a picture of someone running. It's just like, there's no connection between whoever's visiting the site and the doctor. So that's number 1, custom picture of you and your staff. Next, clear patient journey. In other words, what big problem do you solve? And for our doctors who specialize in, these conditions, we want to put that front and center, right? So this is Sound Pain Solutions. This is a cooperative marketing effort between 3 clinics here in the Northwest. This is the group that I was part of prior to going into consulting. Advanced non-surgical treatment for pain relief, right? So we focus on, obviously, neuropathy, neck, and back, and joint pain. So just like disc, knee, neuropathy. And then I like these 4 words as well: effective, non-surgical, pain-free, drug-free. So what is the big thing? What is your big message? So we don't have that here, right? So that I would recommend putting, like, instead of Premier Joint and Spine, it's like, well, that's already here. So we're just kind of repeating ourselves. What I would put here is, what is the big problem that they're trying to solve, right? And here, we're all in, be your best for your loved ones. It's like, that's just white noise, does nothing. This is a little bit better. It's more like what we offer versus what we're solving, if that makes sense, right? Because this is what they offer. Hey, we're your chiropractor in Meridian, Idaho. This is what we offer. What I like to do instead is like, hey, this is how I can help you. In other words, hey, if you have pain, we have an advanced non-surgical treatment for it, right? So it's just like when we're doing marketing on Facebook or Google or whatever. It's like we're condition specific marketing because that's what people know, right? Hey, are you looking for sciatica relief? We're not saying, hey, we offer spinal decompression. People are like, what the heck's that? So that's tip number 2, clear patient journey. In other words, what big problem do you solve? Put that in a headline in and above the fold. Next, clear contact information. Make it easy. Now remember, a lot of our patients don't have good eyesight. They're older. So if you do something like this, right? Look how small that phone number is up there. If they can even see that. Can you imagine that on a phone, on a mobile device? It's bad, right? This is a little bit better, right? Because they can, if they're mobile, you can tell they can click on that and be connected to the office. So that's a little bit better. It's slightly bigger. It has an orange background. So that's okay. This is better because it's bigger. And what's the other one? Here it is. Not great, right? This is too small. You got to be thinking like people are so impatient, and a lot of times they're searching at night. They can't sleep. They're in pain. It's like if they can't find the contact information, they're done. They're moving on to the next one. Okay, so that's tip number 3, clear contact information. Next, less copy, more video. And we typically skim and scan. So I like Dr. Woolner's because this is what's called a founder's video. That's what I call it, a founder's video. I don't know if that's what he calls it, but this is like, hey, who we are, what we do, who we help, how we're different, and what to do now. That's the elements of your founder's video, and I would recommend everyone have a founder's video created for your practice. It should be about 2-3 minutes max. And again, you're going to talk about who we are, what we do, who we help, how we're different, and what to do now. Okay. And so what we can see, we don't have one here. We don't have one here. Although there is some, I think, so this is buried, in my opinion, buried too deep. Dr. Shelley, he's a, diplomate in neurology. So I would be putting this like way up, front and center, and no video here at all. So I think the more video that you can do, the better. Next, so that's tip number 4, less copy, more video. When I say copy, copy is the words, right? Next, tip number 5, make an offer with a clear call to action, right? Click here to schedule, basically, is what I recommend. And if we go here, I love this. Hey, schedule a free consultation, boom. The main job of your website, it is to inform, but what you really want someone to do, schedule an appointment. Okay, that's what you really want them to do, schedule an appointment. And what does this say? Schedule an appointment. This is perfect, right in the middle. Again, I like the social proof. I like the video. I think this whole thing is a little busy. It still works, but this is what's most important. Schedule an appointment, right? Are you a new patient or are you an existing patient? And then they'll walk you through it. So that is tip number 5, is make an offer, clear call to action. And in my opinion, that call to action should be make an appointment. And then the next tip number 6, which is directly related to this, is online scheduling. They have to be able to schedule online. Now, a lot of websites, they'll have you, fill out an appointment. And I think this is Review Wave. It says by Aloha. Yeah, so it looks like you can schedule, choose a date and time. But a lot of, let's see if this one, can you do it? Okay, see, I don't like this, because what happens here is, you choose a clinic, you're going to put in your information, and then it's going to go, into to a call center or, whoever's managing this. And then they have to call the patient. What patients want is to be able to schedule an appointment now. Because think about this. Say it's 11 o'clock at night. Obviously, they're not going to be able to talk to anybody. I mean, I don't know if, call centers typically, they cut off at like 8 p.m. And who wants to answer a call? Who wants to even talk to anyone at 11 p.m.? Point being, let them schedule themselves online. And you know what? They're going to keep going until they can find someone that they can schedule online, because they're typically wanting to get in the next day. So you want to be more patient-centered, and people want to schedule appointments. It's very easy to do these days. Jane App can do it. ReviewWave can do it. Just make it. It is possible to schedule an appointment online. Okay, so you may be like, well, I don't know if this works with my EHR. Just make it happen. It's just get it done. I'm not saying you have to do it. Put a team member on it. Just say, hey, I want people to be able to schedule online with our EHR. Okay, that's it. It's super simple. And then finally, social proof. So let's look to see social proof. Why this is good. You don't see this a lot, right? Is some numbers, so that's good. This is good, right? 300 5-star reviews and counting. So this is both of these are really good examples. This is really cool, by the way. I like how this is continuing to count up. Okay, so anyway, social proof, that's great. What do we got here? None. No social proof. Nothing. And I wouldn't say testimonials, I'd say reviews. Okay, do we have reviews here? Testimonials. So, by the way, these type of testimonials work way better than 3 lines of, hey, the doctor was great. When they go into detail, gave me my life back. These really move the needle. You can also do screenshots of your Google reviews or integrate that in kind of like a widget as well. But regardless, social proof is needed. The old saying, people go where people go because people go where people go. So if you ever walk past a restaurant and it's open, but it's a ghost town, you're like, I don't want to go there. That looks terrible. In fact, I did this once. I was like, I'm going to test this out. It was 12:30 and it was a Mexican restaurant. I was like, I'm just going to, I don't typically want to go into a restaurant with no one in it. I'm going to see if this is the opposite. So I went in and had lunch, totally mediocre, right? And I'm like, yep, this is it. No one goes here because it's mediocre. So same thing with social proof here. People want to know, hey, this is a busy chiropractor and he or she has helped bunches of people. So, all right, that is it. Those are your 7 tips to get more new patients from your website. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you want more information about what we do at Specialized Practice, just visit us online at specializedpractice.com. And you'll see all of these elements are there. So go see that. Go to specializedpractice.com and you'll see we have a custom picture of me. We have a clear patient journey in terms of the problem that we saw. We have clear contact information. We have video all over the place. We make a clear call to action. In other words, we typically it's like downloading our my ebook, Riches and Niches. We have social proof with our testimonials from our doctors, and we have online scheduling. So enjoy and deploy and get more new patients from the internet and your website. Take care.